love to know about you
Mhm.
before we proceed.
Of course, ma'am, I would love to introduce myself. So, my name is Amit Singh. I run a home healthcare business, which we are specialized in providing high quality patient care service across Mumbai. And in terms of my qualification, so I hold a degree in BSc. And recently, I have started exploring new things. Like, I'm working on my fitness, then started making contents on social media where I post about English learning. And I am documenting my journey to become a master communicator. Also, I was born in Uttar Pradesh and I was raised in Mumbai, so I call Mumbai as a home. That's pretty much about myself.
Okay, that's really diverse, right? Because you studied something, you're doing something, and then on YouTube, your journey is something different. So, can you tell me the story
Mhm.
behind it?
I'm really sorry, ma'am. Actually, I was getting a call. Please, if you can repeat the question again. I'm really sorry.
No problem. So, it is quite diverse. You studied something, you are into something, and
Right,
then on YouTube, you're doing
right.
something else. So, can you explain your?
Exactly. Yes, for sure, ma'am. So I'll start with my graduation days. So I have done my graduation in BSc but my coding was very weak. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the job in IT sector. And that time, I had to support my family financially. So I had no other option to get a job as soon as possible. And that period of time, there was opening as a sales executive in home healthcare company. So I took that opportunity and started working as a sales executive. There, I worked 3 years. In that 3 years, I came to know about in and out about how home healthcare industry works. And then later in 2021, I started. I took the decision to start my own company. After starting my decision, it was difficult for few months, and then later on, I understood how it works. So it was easy for me now. And the YouTube thing, ma'am, I get a lot of time. So I've decided I'll work on myself and to become a master communicator, I thought, I should record myself as well so that I'll come to know what mistakes I'm doing. And might be some people, get inspired by me watching my video. So that is also the reason to start a YouTube video.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's the story.
communication was the main
Mhm.
thing why you started YouTube and not exactly English because I think your English is already very good. So tell me about your English journey.
Mhm.
I think you are from an English medium background, like schooling and college. Am I right?
That's true. That's true. And for that, I'm very grateful for my parents, that they put me in English medium school. So for me, if you ask me the journey, English learning journey, reading, listening was easy for me because I did hold my schoolings and college days. But when it comes to speaking part, I never thought, English would be a language for me one day. It was just a subject in my school days, in the college days. But when I first joined the company, all of a sudden I had to communicate with my boss, clients, colleagues, all in English. That was very overwhelming for me because I've never spoke to anyone before in English. So that was very challenging, and I couldn't able to speak any single word. I used to get freeze lot of time. I used to get fumble, and then one day my manager said, "It won't be possible for you to survive in the company if you keep doing this thing. If you don't improve your communication skills." And that time, quitting the job was not the option. As I said, it was very difficult for my family back then. Financially, I was the only breadwinner in my family. So yeah, I thought, I'll fight back and, I'll improve my communication skills. So from that, I started making any number of cold calls, watching a lot of videos on YouTube, how to improve vocabularies, frame the sentence. So yeah, from there, I can say, I improved my communication skills. Earlier, it was like just reading and listening thing.
Mm. And
Yeah.
when you were growing up, did you ever think that you would become an entrepreneur, or what was your dream when you were growing up, like
Mhm.
maybe graduation or your 11th and 12th standard? That time we have different opinion about
Mhm.
ourselves, right? We want to become this or grow up and do something like this in our life. What
Mhm.
was your dream? What was your dream like?
So if I talk about my school days, whenever someone used to ask me, what's your what you will become when you'll be younger? So I randomly used to say, no, I'll be a pilot, which was a random thing, I might have heard from someone else, and I thought, I'll also start using this. But in my colleges, I had no clue what I'll become when after my graduation days. The thing was, my dad said, after after doing 12th, you have to do engineering, which was not my cup of tea. So I anyhow convinced him, this can't be possible for me, I'll get fail if I take engineering. So someone suggested him, apart from engineering, there is one more option where he can earn good amount of money after graduation. So IT was new that period of time when I was in my college days. So someone suggested me, he came to me and said, now you have to do, if you're not doing engineering, go for IT thing. So I said, okay, no problem, I'll do IT. I just, yeah, I obey his, words, and I proceed with the coding thing. But as I said, I was very weak in coding also. That was so. Yeah, that's the story I can say. I mean, I had no clue, what will I become when I'll graduate. So this is something, destiny, I can say, for me.
Hmm. But I think you forgot about your pilot ambition later on, like maybe when you were doing your graduation. I think you just forgot about your ambition.
Of course, I mean, when I came to my colleges, from then only I forgot. I
Mm.
guess,
No.
yeah.
We dream about a lot of stuff. I think we are very childish when we are thinking like we'll become this, this, this. But later,
Right,
reality is different, and how life shapes you, the decisions
exactly.
you make, choices that you make, they're quite different.
Mhm. True,
Mm.
that's true. Yeah.
Is
I
there
never thought, I'll become an entrepreneur, I'll start my own business. But this was something I can say a complete destiny. When I left my first company, there were a lot of customers who used to say, like, Amit, based on your name, I took the services. So wherever you are working, wherever if you're starting your own business, we'll take the service from you. So that period of time, I haven't started the business. So this idea came from one of the clients, I can say. So I started doing research, how I can start a small scale business, what registrations I will be requiring. And then after doing some research, I took that bold decision. And it worked for me, I can say.
Hmm. It's a service-based company, right? Whatever you're running right now. So can you
That's
elaborate a little bit how exactly do you work? What's the functionality? How do you guys work?
right. Yes, for sure, ma'am. So here, you might have seen patient, after getting discharge or end of life care. Not only the patient, if there is any elder person at your home. So they require support while doing their daily activities, daily chores like hygiene, toilet, bathroom assistance, medicine, walking assistance. So in that period of time, our company comes in and we help them with caretaker service, nurses, physiotherapists. These people help them to get recover faster or work like a companion to them, stay with them like a family member. Yeah. So it's a manpower service, and we provide such services like caretaker, nurses, and sometimes doctor also. Some people require doctor at nowadays. Everything is online, so people prefer doctor also. So they can come to your place and do general thing. I mean, if there is any cold and fever, so they can check for that also.
Mhm. Okay, so it is manpower
Yeah,
servicing. So very good. I think medical
that's
industry
right.
is
Mhm.
very booming, right? You will always need this.
Right.
Not that it is there and then there is
Mhm.
a recession or something. This is always going to be there.
Okay. Right, right. This is working for metropolitan cities, I can say, like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and all. Because here people are from nuclear family, staying with their parents. They don't have joint family. So they don't have anyone, once they go for a job. So no one is there to take care of their parents. So in that situation, they need someone to help their parents. But in native rural places, people live in a joint family. If anything happens, there are a lot other people who can take care of their parents. So I think this is working in metropolitan cities, but maybe later in the future, this will work for all cities, I guess.
Definitely, that's where the world is going these days. Everyone is becoming independent, nuclear families. So I think,
Mhm,
yeah. Was there any question
mhm.
that you wanted to ask me?
Uh, Not really, actually. I'm very bad at, driving conversation. So
Okay.
I really don't have questions to ask. Yeah, but I would like to appreciate, ma'am. I love watching your videos. Your voice is very calm and pleasant, I can say. So I every day I go on a morning walk, where I complete 10,000 steps every day, which takes 1 hour or more than 1 hour. So I put my phone in my pocket and I play your video only. And every day I listen to your conversation videos, and I've learned a lot of things from your video, I can say. And
Mhm.
it is a pleasure, today I'm having conversation with you.
Oh, wow, that's very flattering. Thank you so much. But when you started walking,
Yeah.
like how was it? Like, were you a regular walker, and how did you get this 10,000 steps? How did you achieve this? Because it is not quite easy to complete 10K per day. So when you started off, and how did you achieve this goal?
Okay, nowadays, ma'am, I'm doing very exceptional cases, for normal people, it won't be possible. Because earlier, 2.5 months back, I was like any normal guy. Give me a minute. Like any normal guy, I was the laziest person in my family member. I had a lot of things in my mind, I need to change my life. I have this plan, but I never used to implement those things. And all of a sudden, I came across one video of he's a motivational speaker. His name is Jim Rohn. And then after watching his video, all of a sudden, I started to, implement those things which I had decided in my mind. So walking 10,000 steps was one of them because I wanted to lose my weight. You'll be surprised to know I was at 72 kgs 2.5 months back, and now I'm at 59 kgs. Almost I've lost 13 kgs now. And walking 10,000 steps is the first thing to lose those weight. And then I'm following a strict diet, working out in gym for strength training. So this kind of activities I'm doing right now. And yeah, earlier it was not easy. If you are coming back to the question, walking 10,000 steps, you need a very strong mind. For first few weeks, it will be motivation, but you have to convert it in a discipline. Otherwise, you'll not be able to work on it. So for me now it is a discipline. I walk every single day, no matter how the weather is, how the situation is. Yeah,
Do you
that's the
complete
story.
10K on a go, or is it distributed throughout the day, like two walks a day, or just in one walk you complete 10K?
So in one go, I complete 10,000 steps, which covers approximate 8 to 9 kilometers, depend upon your speed. And the timing, if we talk about it, it takes me one or more than 1.5 hours between
Mm,
that.
it
Yeah.
does. Wow, wonderful. Okay, so let's
So
come. Mhm.
overall, in a day, it goes up to 13 to 14,000 steps. I do other activities, going to gym, and if I want to, and my mom sends me downstairs to bring vegetables. So that also covers, and it goes up to 13 to 14,000 steps a day.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's come a little bit towards English learning. So we'll discuss a little bit about,
Hmm.
let's discuss whether movies are more efficient or books are more efficient in
Right.
making you fluent or helping you improve your
Hmm.
English. So what do you have to say about this?
Hmm.
Will watching movies be more beneficial or reading books?
So in my terms, actually, both plays an important role, whether it's movie or book. So they had something to bring valuable on the table. It depends upon us. I have tried both of them. I started reading books as well and then watching movies. But later I realized reading book is not my cup of tea because I've tried multiple times to read books, fictional, non-fictional books. But after reading 5 pages, 10 pages, I end up quitting it. There might be some kind of distraction, after 2 days, 3 days that make me to quit that book. But when it comes to watching movies, it's hardly like 2 hours, 3 hours, or if you're watching any sitcoms, it will be fun and entertaining. You don't realize that, oh, I'm studying something. in my case, I'll say I like to go with the movie part because it is fun and engaging. You learn daily conversation in that. And I have learned English from watching movies and sitcoms. I was a binge watcher back in lockdown. I used to watch more than 8 to 10 hours in a day, continuous. I have completed Friends in a very less span of time, I can say. Every, you name it, and I have most probably watched it. Every sitcoms, I can say.
Okay. So
Most of them.
did you watch all the 10 episodes of Friends? 10 episodes, 10 seasons.
Ah, yes, yes. 10th season, and I'm planning to rewatch it.
It's too good, isn't it?
Earlier, it was. Yes, yes. Earlier it was very difficult when I started, the pace, the way, the accent, it was difficult. But later, I started enjoying it, the fun, the conversation. You can learn anything from it. If you want to argue how they are arguing, you can learn from it. Daily conversation, how to greet people in a fun way, how to joke. So those things you can learn from those sitcom. Yeah.
Hmm, exactly. But the way they speak is very different compared to what Indians speak. The language, slang,
Right.
how they address each other
Mhm.
or they scold each other, whatever, how they express their emotions, anger, frustration, how they express the language is completely different compared to Indians. Still, we do not use that kind of English.
Right.
It was way back, I think, in
Mhm.
2000, early 2000s, right? So even till now, we don't use that kind of language. So, do you think it's going to be beneficial?
Uh, you might learn vocabularies, I can say, as you said, that kind of English we don't use here in India. So that is totally true. I couldn't agree more on that. But vocabularies, I can say vocabularies and framing sentence could be used, a little, a few percent of them, not everything, but
Yes.
little bit of them we can use it in our daily conversation, I can say.
And I think heavy
Yeah.
use of idioms. They use a lot of idioms and you
Mhm.
understand.
Idioms.
In everyday life, they use
Right.
idioms. It was really, if you're a
Mhm.
passionate English learner, then definitely you should watch Friends.
Mhm. Right, right. And I have noticed, people in India, they usually don't use idioms. Even in my case, I prefer to speak in a very basic English, so that the other people can understand. And I have noticed if you speak in a very basic and simple English, people like it. People appreciate that. And if you try to just use fancy vocabularies, sometimes people don't understand, and that's just like, okay, that's the
Mhm.
situation with me, I can say. Yeah.
Right. Even I feel that movies are more engaging. You can just sit and
Mhm.
watch the movies because it's all visual. It is entertaining, but I think the
Right.
concentration
Right.
aspect is different because when you're reading, it improves your
Mhm.
vocabulary definitely as compared to watching. Because watching is
Right.
kind of a distraction. If you're just listening, that is a
Mhm.
different thing. But when you're watching, it is kind of a distraction. You cannot get every word. But when you're reading, consciously you're
Right.
reading every word. So I think if your goal
Mhm.
is improvement of vocabulary, better grammar, better sentence structures, then I
Mhm.
think reading is beneficial. Also, very mentally stimulating and it enhances your imagination skills because you're just reading and you're imagining
Mhm.
things. So that ability increases when
Right.
you read books. But with movies, it is somebody else is
Okay.
doing the homework for you and you're just sitting and watching.
Mhm.
Uh, that can take a little
Mhm.
bit of time, but the benefit is it improves your pronunciation when you're watching things because you
Okay.
can listen to them speaking, right? But while reading, you just
Right.
word
Right.
in
Right.
front of you. But when you're listening or watching, you come to know the pronunciation of that word, usage, and
Mhm.
expressing, especially when it is conversational English, how they express it. While reading, you don't have anybody's
Mhm.
voice telling you how you can say this sentence. Yes, there are exclamatory marks, but then
True.
expression is different. So I think in movies you can visualize, you can
Right.
see how they're expressing. So it depends on your goal, whether you want to improve vocabulary and you prefer sitting alone, you don't like distractions, then I think reading is better for you. But both are equally
Mhm.
beneficial in your fluency journey because you'll see body
Right.
language, you'll see expressions, tone of voice, pronunciation, all of
Yes.
this will improve through movie.
True. 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 Yes, of course, ma'am. So in movies, we see how instead of listening, we see how you can use your body language, hand gestures, so
Hmm.
how to make eye contact. So these things cannot be done in textbooks like reading books. You just have to imagine yourself, give your thought, how you will react, how you can imagine those things. So
Hmm.
in my case, I'll go with the
Watching.
watching movies part. Yeah, yeah.
I know, I understand that. Also in
Yeah,
reading.
even I am trying.
Mhm.
Sorry, ma'am. Please go ahead. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you.
No, no problem at all. While reading, you can go at your own pace, right? You can read as slow
Mhm.
or read as fast as you can. But when it comes to shows or something, it is somewhat lesser control over the pace of it, and you end up sometimes binge watching more than how much you have
Mhm.
committed. More than that, it can happen. So that is one thing. Also, like for the best practice, what you can do is first you can read about it and then watch the visual representation, because sometimes we have novels of
Right.
stuff. So you can
Mhm.
read the novel and then go ahead and watch that movie, the adaptation of that novel. So I think you will be better able
Right.
to relate to it or something. I think it will be more beneficial for you.
Yes, yes, of course, ma'am. So yeah, there are a lot of novels like Harry Potter, books and movies both are available. So that there are a lot of novels. So it's also a good thing, first to read and then watch the movie. It will create a good impact, it will get stored in your mind forever, I can say.
Yes. And when you're
Yes.
watching, do you watch it with subtitles or without them?
Earlier, I used to watch it with subtitles, but now I am comfortable watching without subtitles. So
Oh, okay, okay. But I think when you're watching with
yeah,
subtitles, you're more concentrated on the subtitles. Though you understand what they're saying,
yes.
but it is general, I think, the
Mhm.
psychology of people. We end up reading along with watching. Though you understand it, you end up reading.
Right.
So I think better you better.
Sometimes, yeah, right. In my case also sometimes, I prefer subtitles as well, In British movies, it's very difficult to understand their accent.
Hmm.
American movies, sometimes it is easy, but with British movies, it's very difficult, I can say.
Hmm. That's true. That's true. Their accent is
Yeah.
quite difficult. They do not complete the words, so it becomes
Mhm.
difficult for you to understand
Yeah.
them. Totally agree with you.
Right.
Uh, so what else? Where do you see yourself like five years from now? Do you wish to expand? Or what's your vision for yourself?
Yes. Of course, ma'am. So next year only, I'm planning to expand this in next state, like Delhi for now. So yeah, I'm planning to expand next year.
Mumbai, Delhi, then
And
maybe.
also I want to build my team as well because as of now I am working alone, I'm managing everything alone. I feel like, uh, I thought, giving training to someone instead of that, I get a lot of time, so I should work on myself. When I'll get exhausted, then I'll try to build a new team. And I guess this is the time, when I'll expand in Delhi. So I need to build a team. So I'm planning for that as well.
Okay, good luck for that. So is there anything else you would like to add to
Thank
this?
you. Not really. Maybe, ma'am, this is our first conversation, so I'm a little bit nervous. So, hopefully, if we get chance, in next conversation, I'll come up with some questions.
Definitely, I look forward to it. So, good luck for your journey, and I really hope you become successful at whatever you want to do. So, it was lovely talking to you.
Sure.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Same here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was also nice having conversation with you, ma'am. You have a great day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.